Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up.
Yo! What's up, everybody? Let's go. Where we at? Episode 570. Let's start over. Let's start over anyway, so let's do it anyways. Yeah, boy. Yeah. What we talking about tonight? Oh, episode 570. We talking about the hero, Vince McMahon. He ain't really hero. He's a villain. He's a bad guy. I spy somebody who's 77, but he's in billionaire heaven. WWE is his company. Once again, he is the man with the jackhammer, the power. He is the man. He is the Vince McMahon. Talking about Vince with the fence gated community, with all the stuff that he be doing when he ain't gonna say too much because it's YouTube. It would suck if this show gets the veto, but it's not okay, bro, because we have fun every single week with PNP. This ain't weak, but this is strong because we chilling with the fam all night long. Hey, yo, chilling with the PNP fam every single Tuesday. This don't taste bad like spam. It tastes good like a really good steak. Do the PNP shake, shimmy shake like Eddie Guerrero. Viva la raza. I like pasta, but it has a lot of carbs. I'm eating clean so I can be like the bar. Barry in with the mafia kick. The warlord with the powers of pain. Because I'm insane like the membrane. But I'm not a member of Cypress Hill. But it's okay. You know what I feel. You know what I feel. But I don't kill. I kill the demons that's in my head. That's why I like to go to bed. To get my sleep and cheap. It's not cheap. It's expensive to live a life that's mentioned. That's memorable in the whole community. Remember me, P&P 570. Oh! Brother! What's going on, P&P fam? We out here having a good time as always, man. I appreciate y'all every week. Stomaching my bad freestyles. But hey, man. But hey, I have a good time every single week. And hey, every time I continue to do these freestyles, man, I'm working on my freestyle game. Because the first I used to not know how to freestyle at all. I'm not good, but I used to be like horrible. So hey, man, on the job training every single week on PMP, and just having a good time as always, man. All right, let's get into these questions. Start off with the People's Wrestling Channel. Ricky is in the building. What's up, my man? How am I? I'm well. I'm well, man. I think I told y'all last week that I was battling a little bug. I feel better. I feel much better. Throat is a little tickly, still bothering me a bit. Got an annoying cough every now and then, but been throwing in the cough drops, and staying on the hot liquids, staying on the water, staying on liquids, period. And yeah, I'm good, man. Feeling good. Been killing in the gym, been doing some intense workouts. It's when you eat clean and you work out, man, just you feel just so much better. That's why I just endorse, I just really encourage everybody, just really eating clean is not only helpful for physical health, it's really helpful for mental health too, because you feel good about it. It just positively affects like you psychologically too. It just makes you feel good, man. Just makes you feel good. And then I've been like of course y'all know my back intensely hurts. I mean, it hurts really bad. But yeah, man, I'm still like pressing through, killing in the gym, back, that just using that adrenaline time to do as much as I can. And I know that my back's gonna be hurt afterwards. I just use that time, that hour and a half, to just do as much as I can. And I've been doing some really good body workouts. Today was leg day, and so I did a lot of things. I did some my first time interviewing the Warlord, by the way, to answer your question, Ricky. Man, I did some split lunges using the just a bench. Just want to use one of those freestanding benches, like a flat bench that usually people use for like using free weights. I did some hangover cleans, some hang cleans. I did I got my exercise list, actually, what I did today. I'll tell y'all. So maybe y'all can implement it if y'all want to do leg day. I'll tell y'all. Let's see. I did tell you all the exercise that I did today. I did some hip bridges. I did some dead bug extensions. I did some Smith machine squats. Yeah, those were tough because of my back, but I did it. I did 3 sets of 12. I did some Bulgarian split squats. I did some dumbbell good mornings, which is a really good exercise for your hamstrings. I did some split leg deadlifts, which is also a good hamstring exercise. I did some calf raises, which is a good calf exercise. The squats, of course, is good for quads. Your hip bridges are, those are for your glutes. And then The dead bug extensions is more lower body exercise, abdominals slash. It helps squads and hamstrings too. So, and then I did some single leg dumbbell calf raises, and also did some plank jacks. Those were good. Those were super intense. Those are works on your core. So really good day. And also did a half-hour cardio at the end. So it was good, man. Feeling good. Getting those workouts in, brother. Getting, staying. Yeah. I like fitness. I like working out. So got to stay fit. All right. Man, I forgot Revolution's coming up, isn't it? All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the Revolution. Thank you for that compliment, by the way. Let's see here. Let's get into the predictions. Wow, that's this Sunday? What? Oh my goodness. That is this Sunday. Wow. All right, so we have the Elites versus the House of Black. Yeah, interesting. I know they had the best of 7. When did they win? When did they win the trios? Because they won it and then left because of the scandal. I mean, well, the scandal, the controversy with the scrum, and then Lucha Brothers won it, right? No. Who won it? Yeah, the Death Triangle, right? With Pac, and when it was vacant, and so they won it back at January 11th. So by then they would have had it for a little less than 2 months. I mean, I say give it to the heels and let them chase. Because Death Triangle, they weren't really heels. The face heel dynamic in AEW is just horrible, man. It's horrible. You don't know what John Moxley is in any given week. You don't know what Pac is any given week. You don't know what Penta is any given week. Like, it's just the faces and heels in AEW is just horrible. You don't know what the elite is any given week. Death Triangle is, I mean, the House of Black is intending to be heel, although they get cheered too. It's such a weird dynamic in AEW. I think it makes sense to give the elite more time. Unless you Double or Nothing's the next pay-per-view in May. Yeah, I don't think you keep switching it. Unless you have House of Black keep it from Revolution and lose it at All Out. That would be a 4-month reign. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Yeah. I mean, the elite doesn't need it. I think the elite's going to win, but I think you should give it to House of Black and have them keep it for 4 months, and perhaps have the elite take it back. Build up. Have heels going into their big pay-per-view. Their big pay-per-view is All Out. That's, I believe, like their WrestleMania, and so I would have the heels go into All Out as champions and have that chase. It's good when the heels chase, leading into big pay-per-views. So That would be ideal for me. Jamie Hayter, Saraya, Roby Soho. I think it's too early to take it off of Hayter. I like Hayter. Yeah, keep it on Hayter. Keep it on Hayter. And what else we got? Jericho Starks. Starks already beat Jericho. Jericho doesn't need to beat Starks. Like Starks needs to be the guy that wins this match. It would just make sense if Ricky Starks won. You have to give it to Ricky Starks, man. You have to. Now the JAS were banned from ringside. Now this could be a swerve, and it could mean that someone else who isn't a part of JAS helps Jericho and joins the JAS. So that's the loophole, and that would extend the feud out to Double or Nothing, and then Starks would get his win at Double or Nothing. Then over the next couple months, he just goes through members of JAS, and then at the end goes to Jericho. I'd be okay with that. I mean, extend it to Double or Nothing and have Starks win a Double or Nothing. And I actually think All Out should be a time where MJF loses to Ricky Starks, honestly. I'd be okay with that. I like Ricky Starks. They've cooled down on him. He was red hot when he won the tournament, and then he went against MJF. I think it was too early to take it off of MJF. It seemed very predictable to have him go against MJF. You know that he was going to be MJF. I don't really like predictable title matches. I'm not a big fan of that. So it was too early, and because he apexed so early, he's kind of cooling off, because that's the highest you can be, is being a contender. If you're not the champion, the highest you can be is a contender for it, a number one contender for it. So he lost, and now it's cooled down. So hopefully Jericho is being used to get his steam back. So I wouldn't be opposed to a screwy finish here, with someone joining JAS and then he going through JAS for the next couple of months, leading into Double or Nothing with this stipulation match with Jericho. I would do like a cage match with Jericho at Double or Nothing to make sure that no one from JAS. That's how I would book it. I would have someone join JAS who's not a part of JAS, maybe even Action Andretti. I mean, why not? That would be a nice swerve. If I had the books, I would have Action Andretti turn on Ricky Starks, and I would have Action Andretti join the JAS. I would have Action Andretti. So basically, there's a referee bump. Jericho's about to use the bats. Action Andretti yanks the bat from Jericho, and boom, he hits Starks in the gut with it. Jericho wins. Action Andretti joins JAS. I mean, that would be a better spot than what he's in now. Joins JAS, and then that gives even more heat on JAS for Ricky Starks to just go through them, to just have matches with each and every one of them. Jericho can even say, you have to go through all of the JAS to get to me, and make this stack the deck, and then basically this leads to a cage match at Double or Nothing. That's how I book it. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. Wardlow. I mean, give it to Wardlow. Moxley and Page. I think you give this one to Page. Guns Acclaimed, Lethal Jarrett, and whoever wins the I think it's a Casino tag team coming up on Dynamite. For some reason, I'm thinking Lethal and Jarrett's going to take it. Don't give it back to the Acclaim yet. Have them chase it. The Guns just had it. I mean, they just got it not too long ago. But I don't think they're strong enough heels yet. Do you do the Guns still win it, and then eventually them and the Acclaim still go at it, and then, like I said, eventually you have Billy turn on the Acclaim, like down the line? I don't think you do that anytime soon because you'll be missing out on so much merch if you have Billy turn so quickly against the Acclaim. You don't want to do that yet. So, storyline purposes, I think you keep it on the Guns. If eventually the Billy Gunn turn, which again, I don't think that should be inevitable, but it seems like that's going to happen down the line. I would delay that as much as possible. Cash out on that merch. Eventually you'll know when it starts to get the, Scissor Me Daddy and all that, eventually you'll see when it's starting to okay, well now it's starting to tilt a bit and do the turn now. So whenever that happens, that can lead to claim to have the chase a little bit more. So yeah, I think for storyline purposes, you keep it on the Guns. I think MJF's going to beat Bryan Danielson. So I think they're going to keep it on him till probably All Out. Let's see. The Miz hosting Mania is laughable. Agreed. He's so irrelevant. No one knows him outside of WWE. I think outside of WWE, no, because you have Miz and Mrs. and things like that. Well, I mean, he was known with Real World and Road Rules, and so like the reality shows before WWE, so people know him that way, but not in the past 20 years. I would have had Batista host an actual mega movie star. It actually would have been a good idea, have Batista host, especially if he is rumored to headline the Hall of Fame this year. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Batista would have been a much better choice. Thank you, Brandon. I agree. Just, it's going to be often they will have Omos win because a loss does nothing for anyone. I don't think they're going to have Omos win. I think it's just the obligatory. I think it's the obligatory. Let's bring a big draw to be in a spot for the sake of potentially earning more pub for WrestleMania. That's essentially what we're doing here with this Lesnar Omos nonsense. I legit thought that Lesnar and Lashley was going to be. I'm glad that Lashley didn't go to. I'm glad that there's not a Hurt Business. At least one led by Lashley. Now, what this could do is this could lead to Carmelo Hayes and Cedric and Shelton Benjamin all, attacking Lesnar at some points, and that leading into the Hurt Business, reunion and, that causing Lesnar to lose. But I just this screams of Vince McMahon. I mean, this screams Vince McMahon booking. If you had any doubts that Vince McMahon somehow is influencing the WWE in some capacity, if you had any doubts, ladies and gentlemen, this match here that came from nowhere. It came from nowhere. This match began being teased last week, 5 weeks before Mania, and it became official yesterday or Monday night. I mean, talk about screaming Vince McMahon. We need Brock Lesnar to be on the card somehow. We want Brock Lesnar to look good. There's so many things that there's so many reasons in my mind why this could be happening right now. All right. This is one theory that I have in my mind as far as why we're getting this match between Brock Lesnar and Omos. Now, it would have made perfect sense for you to do the payoff of Lashley versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. That would have been the perfect payoff. The perfect payoff, ladies and gentlemen. With Lashley beating Lesnar at WrestleMania. Makes sense. WrestleMania caliber match is the third match of the trilogy. Have Lashley win. Have Lashley go over Lesnar. Lesnar's going to be leaving anyways. Lashley's the one who's going to be there every week. That makes sense. The payoff was a low blow, by the way, which was a horrible idea. And they splintered off into two horrible matches for WrestleMania. And what I'm telling you, one of the reasons why I think this is a thing is because I would not be surprised if Brock Lesnar basically used his stroke and said, I'm not losing again at WrestleMania. I can see it. He lost last year. 37 was what, Tampa? Who did he face at 37? So I remember I was in Tampa. That was a triple threat for the title. Let's go down the line and see Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania records over the past 5 or 6 years. Let's see. He wasn't even a part of 37. Yeah. Lashley, Drew, Italian Tamina Riot Squad, Cesaro, Seth, AJ Omos against the New Day, Strowman, Shane in a cage. I remember that. Bad Bunny and Priest against Miz and Morrison. Bianca beat Sasha. Orton, Fiend. Jackson Baszler against Italian Tamina. Yeah, that's right. Italian Tamina won the finals and then lost the next day. Owens and Zayn. Owens, Sheamus and Riddle. Cruz and E. Ripley and Asuka. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ripley did beat Asuka to win the Raw Women's Championship. And then Reigns beating Edge and DB. So he wasn't even part of the 37. Year before he lost, right? He lost to Drew. Yeah, right? He lost to Drew and that was COVID Mania. That was inside the PC, right? He lost to Drew. Yep. And the year before that, I was there. That was in Jersey, and he lost to Seth, right? Let's see. Yeah, lost to Seth. So Brock Lesnar hasn't won a match at WrestleMania in 5 years. 34, I believe he won. He beat Goldberg, if I'm right, because I was there too. That was New Orleans. No, he beat Goldberg in Orlando. 34, he beat Roman. Yeah, he beat Roman. That was surprising, actually. He beat Roman for the top. That was the main event. It was really, the fans hated the match. So Brock hasn't won a WrestleMania match in 5 years. Lost at 35, lost at 36. Wasn't at 37 and lost at 38. So theoretically, it would seem as if Brock Lesnar's like, no, I'm not losing another match, because he would have lost against Lashley. So seemingly Brock's like, no, I'm not going to lose another match at WrestleMania. So he might have called the audible. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like they're like, okay, so we're going to do you and Lashley at Mania. Brock's like, no, we're not going to do me and Lashley at Mania because I'm tired of losing at WrestleMania. He hasn't won. And then the thing is, like, Brock's a businessman. He's about clock in, clock out. He's about just getting his money. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Brock said, I'm not losing again at WrestleMania. He hasn't won a match in 5 years. So therefore, what they did was, okay, well, we still want, and again, this is all speculation. So therefore, what they did was, okay, so we're going to go ahead and do some type of payoff here with you and Lashley, just because there's been some, rivalry. There's been a rivalry going on with y'all for a while. All right. So we're going to do the payoff at Elimination Chamber. We're going to do the low blow. So you're going to lose. In that way, you're not going to get pinned or you're not going to submit. So it's going to make you still not look weak. So that's what they did with the payoff. And then what they did was they said, so now we're going to give you Omos. We're basically going to feed Omos to you to give you that WrestleMania payday, to make you go against someone who's a big threat, and to have you win a WrestleMania for the first time in a while. Brock said, okay, that's good enough. I'll go ahead and cash in on that. Omos is basically saying, okay, sure. I mean, it's a WrestleMania match against Brock Lesnar. I get my payday too. There's nothing that Omos has done to earn a WrestleMania match against Brock Lesnar. Like, he's notorious for beating a bunch of job guys, getting steam, leading into some big top baby face and losing. He did that with Lashley last year at WrestleMania. He did that with Strowman. And he's going to do that with Lesnar. So unless there's some type of swerve, but Omos being Lesnar at WrestleMania, if Omos beats Lesnar at WrestleMania, it is just a absolutely horrible logic when it comes to WWE. If someone should beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, it should be Bobby Lashley. It should be Bobby Lashley. So therefore, someone who can take the fall easily, he's been doing that since he's gotten there, would be Omos. So, okay, cool. We'll give you Omos. We'll give you your WrestleMania payday. We'll give you a win. All right, handshake deal on it. Done. This is what we get. We get Lesnar versus Omos. That's the only logical reason, in my mind, that's the only logical reason why all of a sudden, from nowhere, we're getting Lesnar versus Omos, is because Lesnar didn't want to take a pin at another loss at WrestleMania, and WWE still wanted him to be on the card. That's all I got. I hope that made sense. I hope that's logical to you, PNP Nation. That's all I have as far as how this makes sense in my mind. Feel not stressed about the match at Revolution or the ones at Mania or the ones already made. Or I agree. Nothing special. I forgot Revolution was even this weekend. Mania matches are just being thrown because they've already got, the tickets. They've already got the tickets for both nights in Hollywood, and it doesn't matter what's on the card. That's what I was talking about on Legion of Raw. Like, they could literally do Mustafa Ali and Roman Reigns, and it won't matter because and this is good for the business. I mean, I can't fault WWE for this. The onus is on the fans because you're not giving the WWE something to work for. You're selling out WrestleMania before they give you a reason to buy a ticket. You're buying a ticket without even knowing what's on the ticket. It's like the old game shows, oh man, what's the Wayne Brady hosts it now. It used to be like old school. You would have like door number one. You have the Zonk. What is it? I'll find it real quick. Reminds me of that game show. Let's Make a Deal. That's what it is. Let's Make a Deal. So it reminds me of Let's Make a Deal. It reminds me of get this ticket and see what's behind door number one, or just be okay with what you have right now and just walk away. And they're like, yeah, let's just. I'm feeling a little froggy. Let's see what's behind door number one. I'm going to buy the ticket and take the risk. What's behind door number one is Brock Lesnar versus Omos. And then you get the next contestant that comes up. And they're feeling a little froggy. They're like, hey, you get to walk away with what you have right now, or you get to take the risk. Risk it all. Give back what you have right now for the risk of what's behind door number two. And they say, hey, I think I'm going to take what's behind door number two. What's behind door number two is Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt. Whoa. Not looking good. Not looking good for the contestants, ladies and gentlemen. Not looking good for the contestants. What's up, my man? Can you and Vince Russo go over the SmackDown roster names of Vince? Yes. Candice LaRue, Oscar, Clark Gable was another one he did. Yes, indeed. Dion, your newest senior citizen is in the house, turned 50 yesterday. Happy birthday, my man. You're looking for them discounts now. I think you probably got about another 15 years before you hop on those discounts. But hey, enjoy 50, my man. Enjoy 50. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was a standalone Raw. And Lita's my all-time favorite wrestler. But I mean, she was just so slow and botchy, and you could just tell that this isn't something that she really has a passion of doing, and this isn't something that she does anymore. I mean, which makes sense. Like, she doesn't wrestle anymore, so you're having her. I mean, I'm sure she's getting reps in the practice and stuff like that, but I mean, there's a difference between getting reps in the ring for practice and actually going out there and having matches. She doesn't wrestle anymore. And so you're putting her in these matches and you're trying to cash in on the legends well. But you're bringing her in a lot nowadays. So starting to fade out, ladies. Starting to fade out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Starting to fade out. Yeah. Thoughts on King of the Ring coming back as pay-per-view? I like it. I've always liked King of the Ring back as a pay-per-view. I've always liked King of the Ring as a pay-per-view. These specials and King of the Rings they would have on regular Raw and SmackDown and stuff, wasn't a fan of that. Like, make it its own standalone pay-per-view. Big fan of that. Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday. I mean, there's still no, I mean, like, you are 4 weeks before Mania and you haven't announced anything about the Hall of Fame. I don't even think that I don't even know they have tickets for Hall of Fame. I don't even know. I haven't even looked. Like, what are they doing? What are, like, a month out and you're not even plugging the Hall of Fame? With the 3 hours that you have every single week at Raw, you can't spend 2 minutes to promote the Hall of Fame inductee. Don't understand the logic. Brock versus Almost terrible booking. I'd rather see Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Me too. I mean, I would rather see Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And I've said this before. I've even said this on the show, I believe. I think the Andre the Giant, the Memorial Battle Royal, should have a stipulation behind it. It should mean something. Make this stuff mean something. Why are you giving us so much fluff and irrelevancy for the sake of just filling time? I despise filling time for the sake of filling time. I despise that. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner should be able to, you have basically either that Raw or SmackDown to cash in that win, and you get to go against the champion of the brand. All right? That's the reason why I think they should split the titles, first of all. So if I were to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I could either go against the Raw champion, the WWE champion on Raw, or the Universal champion on SmackDown. Not only would that make the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal mean something, instead of just having some random person stand behind a meaningless trophy, or stand beside a meaningless trophy. Instead of doing that, it doesn't mean anything. Nothing. You can either have that, or you can have a stipulation behind it. You could have the winner go against the champion on Raw the next night. So the Raw after Mania is always hyped. So you can either have the Andre winner come out, say, okay, I'm going to go against you tonight. That's your main event for Raw. It's already a hot crowd. Or you can plug SmackDown, because if the person doesn't, you choose the Raw one. Now that creates some suspense for SmackDown, because you know that the Andre Battle Royal winner is going to go against the champion. Guess what? You could have Sami Zayn win the Andre Battle Royal and go against Roman Reigns on SmackDown the week of. Whoa. And then you can have The Rock do a run-in and assist Sami Zayn with winning the title. Although I don't think that, I mean, like, since he didn't win in Montreal, like, I really don't have a desire for Sami Zayn to win it any other time. I think they really dropped the ball there. I don't see a Sami Zayn moment occurring like this in the near future, if not ever. I mean, like, you got to cash in on moments. And that was a moment that they missed, very much so. Elvis with the update. Mama's doing better. Went to see earlier when I got the Denver day by day improving. On Friday, I got some not so good news that my cousin, which is in his 60s, has chosen to go with hospice care. She had a stroke in November, never fully recovered. I haven't told mom yet. I don't know how to tell her. Give that some time as far as telling your mom, because you don't want any added stress. I would, Elvis, as a therapist, man, I would just definitely encourage you to go to therapy about this. So there's a lot of things that happen in your life, my man, that you tell me about these things and you tell us, and I'm super happy that you find PNP as a safe space, and keep doing that, man. Because I'm praying for you, praying for you. So yeah, yeah, man. Keep us updated. I'm here for you. But yeah, just as far as just a day-to-day thing, man, like, therapy are for strong people. I would definitely encourage you to consider. You have cast this on your TV via YouTube. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. That should be fun. I mean, that's probably fun to check out. Tamburno's in the house. What's up? Thank you for coming through as always. I see the Jake Roberts documentary pretty good. I'm sure it's really good. I haven't seen it yet. I saw the NWO one. I love documentaries, man. I love documentaries. And so Jake is actually on the docket to watch probably tomorrow. Yesterday and today was intense workout days. Tomorrow is going to be lighter, and then I'll get back into being intense on Thursday. So I'll probably just do a lighter workout tomorrow and some cardio. So I'll do it during my cardio. So that's what I'll most likely do. Let's see what else we got, man. I love y'all's questions every single week, man. I love this show. This show, PNP is it's my baby. This is actually in a few weeks, y'all, we'll be celebrating 11 years on the show. I need to get a guest ready for 11 years. I need to figure that out. Might have Vince back on the show for 11 years doing the Q&A. Let's see. We'll see. I'll talk to Vince about it to see what we can do. Mine is churning here as far as 11 years. All right. I got some things churning in my mind as far as 11, because that would be what, 4 weeks? Yeah, about 4 weeks from now. 29th is when I'll have it. Yeah, 29th. Okay. Got some thoughts churning in my head. Let's see here. Elvis. Brock and Omos will be the match of the year. Can't wait to see this match. It will be a hard-hitting match. No. Aaron, have I thought about putting some of my PNP takes on TikTok? I have, man, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Aaron. Some, people like you and Ricky and Elvis, just faithful weeklies. Michael's a faithful weekly. Brendan, Timberno, all of y'all, man. Y'all some faithful. Y'all some Dion, super duper faithful weekly people. I really need a team, honestly, because I'm so busy. I have so many things. So I've been able to But the thing is, I like things done a certain way too. And like, if you see my YouTube channel is starting to grow, pretty good. I like, I do my own, graphic design on PNP, all the flyer, all the graphics, all the thumbnails that you see on PNP, I make. So it takes a while, but I don't think you need thumbnails on TikTok. So what I might do, y'all, and let me know who's interested in this. I might have a team to just do some screenshot, like do some screen grabs, as far as just grab some clips of PNP who I can trust, who aren't just grabbing clips to just grab them and they're not good. But I might have a team should do that for me. So I'll give you all the password and user, and then grab some clips and keep posting that up for me. So let me know who's interested in doing that. I'll grab a team together and start a TikTok for PNP and have my peoples do it. That would be ideal for me as far as the schedule that I have, because I just don't have any time to do that, actually. 570 yeet. So the ones up for PNP and the cool one, the doc. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. Yeah, isn't that crazy? 570 episodes. Like straight weeks. 570 straight weeks. What a streak. So 570 straight weeks is almost 11 years, basically. So that's how long that's how long PNP's been here, man. 11 years. Started in April of 2012. Wow. When is an interview with Nick Patrick returning? I just talked to him on my phone not too long ago. I thought about him recently. I think that he was on the anniversary a couple of years ago. I think he was in the 9th. Patrick was on the 9th anniversary. That's crazy that was 2 years ago. Last year was Vince and McMahon was on the show if it's Russo. I'll see. I'll see what's I'll probably have to get some West Coasters because it's going to be like 11:30, 11:45 by the time they come on. I might do just a multi-person Q&A with like 3 or 4 names. I might do that for about 15, 20 minutes. I'll see. Let's see. Brendan, what should main event Mania Night 1 if you could book, if the story still leads to it? I want Sammy KO against Usos in Mania Night 1. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if Rhea Charlotte main events Night 1. It's just not a lot of star power, man. Austin's not a big, Austin was going to be Austin was that star power. Lesnar's not going to be in a high caliber match. Reigns is going to go against Cody, so that's probably going to main event Night 2. You really don't have a lot of high quality matches to choose from. You're definitely going to do Rollins Logan. You're not going to have Gunther main events for the Intercontinental Championship. You're not going to do Cena Theory. Although I wouldn't be surprised if that was the choice. I mean, you're going to have Theory main event Night 1, not for the title. And then you're going to have the U.S. title main event Night 1. So it's just like, there's just so many just problems going on with this year's Mania. It's just so many problems. Really, all you have is, Sammy and KO against the Usos for the tag team championships. And then you get to, this will be the first, wouldn't this be the first tag team title match that's ever main event at Mania? I think so. I think it's the first ever tag team title match that's ever main event at Mania. Not the first tag team match, because what Mania 1 was the tag match, right? Hogan and Orndorff against no wait. Hogan and T against Piper and Orndorff, right? Isn't that right? Piper and Orndorff. Hogan and T against Piper and Orndorff, right? Am I right? Am I right? The main event was Hogan and T against Piper and Orndorff. Yep. Because I remember Bob Orton Jr. was in the corner. I think Snuka was with the baby faces, wasn't he? Yep. Snuka was in the corner. I suppose you do that. I guess that's it. I guess that's what's going to main event night 1. Meh. That's why they should go back to one night for Mania. One night, 4 hours, have the best of the best on the card. This 2-night stuff is like, with the current product that we have right now, 2 nights is a terrible idea for WrestleMania, because there's just not high caliber matches. There's not a lot of star power as far as how they're booking it. There's potential stars on the roster, but they're not booking people to look like stars. So there's not a lot of star power to have 2 nights. So why are you like, this 2-night thing? It has to go. This has to be the last year. It has to be last year. Definitely has to be the last year. And so, yeah, give NXT that Saturday night spot again, because they're like Saturday. They do like Saturday afternoons for NXT, I believe. Like, so you're having Stand and Deliver, like you're at some 1:00 spot. And then WrestleMania the night, that night. No, man. Make NXT big. Make NXT have that Saturday spot. That's a big spot for them. That Saturday night spot. Have NXT have that Saturday night spot. They, hey, give it to them. Give it to them again. Why not? Why not? That's basically their WrestleMania. Stand and Deliver is basically the NXT's WrestleMania spot. So there you go. Give them that Saturday spot again, and just have WrestleMania 4 hours and Sundays again. Like, just get rid of the Saturday. Get rid of the 2 nights. Just too much, man. Then we got another 3 hours on Monday. Nah, man, that's too much. That's too much. It's too much wrestling for the product that we have now. So, and plus, everybody shouldn't be on WrestleMania. Like, if you want to throw names on WrestleMania, put them in the Andre Battle Royal. If you want names just to be on this for name's sake, put them in the Battle Royal. You have a 20-person Battle Royal. That's 20 names that may have not been on, but could be on. Throw them in the Andre Battle Royal. And plus, if you have the stipulation where the winner gets to go against the champ on the Raw or SmackDown, then it would make sense to just put people in there that are still higher quality caliber names, but don't really have anything going like really big. There you go. Like Lesnar and Omos would have made more sense to being on the Andre Battle Royal than to having a match against each other. Yep. Make it make sense. Have I seen the new Black Panther movie? I have not. After done on here, I'm going to throw it in and watch. Have I seen Black Panther? Yes. Yeah. I saw Black Panther. Yeah. I saw Black Panther last year at the theaters. I don't remember what I saw, like probably a few months ago. Wakanda Forever. Yeah, I saw that. I saw it at the theaters. Josh, what's up? Roland, what's up, my man? Freestyles are entertaining. Thank you. Would a 4-way elimination match be a better WrestleMania match for Omos, Bray Wyatt, Lashley, and Lesnar, concluding with Lesnar versus Lashley? It still wouldn't make sense though. Like, I think you should have done Lesnar versus Lashley, but again, I mean, that's the logic that I'm coming up with as far as why Lesnar Lashley isn't happening at Mania. I think you should have done Bray and I don't think you necessarily should have done this, but I think I'll say what you should have done, and then I'll say what could have made sense out of all this mess. Bray and Omos would have made more sense just because Bray's picking fights. Uncle Howdy told him to go to the biggest one in the yard to prove his allegiance to him. That just off the top of my head, that's what I thought of. Uncle Howdy's like, hey, it was a way to just, being tried by fire. It was an initiation for me to give you a Sister Abigail to see how really you're loyal and have allegiance to me. And I still aren't done with that. You just have to pick the biggest person and the biggest dog in the yard. And if you beat them, you're really showing my allegiance because you're no longer afraid. You're not afraid anymore. So what he does is he chooses Omos. There you go. Bray versus Omos at WrestleMania. That would have made sense of it that way. But what you should have done Bray and Cross. Are you kidding? Bray Wyatt, Karrion Kross, WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt, Karrion Kross, WrestleMania. Why are you not doing Bray Wyatt and Karrion Kross at WrestleMania? Karrion Kross, nothing for him at WrestleMania. You brought him back for what? You should have done Bray Wyatt, Karrion Kross, WrestleMania. Why? I mean, makes no sense of why that's not even the thing. Is there anyone who can take the title from MJF? I think Ricky Starks can. I'm starting to think that this Triple H booking probably taking a shot at Vince. I don't think Triple H is as petty as Vince is. Now, he is, from what I've heard and from things that's happened over the years. But I do think that Triple H has a respect for the business enough to want it to succeed. And like he has a passion for pro wrestling to want people to be over and to want to make the company succeed and to have established names, not outside of WWE. If Ryback is telling the truth, Triple H told him that he's not going to make it outside of WWE, or they want to make sure that after John Cena, they don't want anyone that is on the current roster to be bigger than the business. But I'm not sure about just sabotaging your own company, man. I mean, like, come on. I think Carmella beats Braun at stand and deliver. I do. I do too. I can't see him getting caught up anytime soon. I would have had definitely done Lesnar versus Lashley with Lashley winning rather than Lashley. Right? Agreed. Me too. I don't. I think it's. I don't think Jay's going to cross Roman because I think that they're going to do the tag match. Keith says it makes sense. Yes, indeed. I think Rollins versus Logan, Rhea versus Charlotte, Oscar versus Belair, as versus Baylor, Cody versus Reigns will all be good. None of them have had big time feel. I agree. I think there'll be good matches. I agree with that. But they haven't had a big time feel. Keith is saying, "Love it, the Lords slightly love the event regardless." I wouldn't even say love the event. I would just say make it make sense because they've already bought a ticket, so now they just want to like hope for the best. I mean, like again, let's find out. Let's hope for the best of what's behind door number 2, and then when you find out door number 2 is a zonk, what do you usually say? Well, at least I took the risk. Use some cognitive dissonance there to make it make sense in your head. But it was a stupid decision. This has the potential to be the worst Mania. I agree, man. It does. It really does. It does. Totally agree with you about the tickets, but it's Mania. So, of course, people are going to buy tickets without knowing the... Well, I wouldn't say of course, because that wasn't always how it was. That wasn't always how it was. Like, they would work their butt off to earn more people buying, tickets. So we'll see. We'll see if the desire to at least make product like that is still there, but it doesn't seem like it. Money in the Bank sold out in 1 minute without people knowing the card. I mean, that's because it's overseas though. Like it's not an American pay-per-view. So anytime pay-per-views or PLEs go to different, countries, they don't get much of that. So they'll buy it for the sake of, this is a rarity that a PLE is going to be featured in here. Same thing with Cardiff, last year. Like, whoa, like we haven't had a PLE for a long time. So for the sake of, it might not come in a number of years, we're going to buy a ticket regardless. So that's a different dynamic than just, the States. Batista is being inducted. Yes, indeed. I agree. We just saw Lita. Cena was on SmackDown 2 months ago. End of December, Cena will be on the Raw in March, which begins tomorrow. When the true status, Russell, Charlotte Flair. SummerSlam a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. 2019 or 20? Maybe 20? Maybe SummerSlam 20? And she beat her. My guess is 20. Let's see if I'm right. Bayley beat Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka defeated Sasha Banks. I don't even remember that. So, that's when Roman came back and then won the week after. I do remember that. So Bayley beat. That's when they had that's when Bayley and Sasha were both champs. So Asuka lost to Bayley, but then she came back in the evening and beat Sasha. Okay. Apollo Crews beat MVP in the pre-show. So it must have been 19. Might have been 21. I don't know if it was 4 years ago. Let's see. Let's go 19. Let's see what it was. 19. Charlotte beat Trish at SummerSlam 19. That's what it was. Iron Sheik, the Iron Sheik. Iran, number one. Russia, number one. USA. Oh, blah. All right, let's go through this real quick. I'll be interested in helping you a screen grab, a screenshot. So yes, indeed, good stuff. Okay, well, we'll talk more. We'll talk more about that. Then you have Kurt Angle on for anniversary. I did. Yep, that was for 500 episodes. That wasn't for a year anniversary. It's for my 500th episode, which was 70 weeks ago. So let's see, short videos that you make from PNP that you put on YouTube lately, you can put them on. Okay, so I can put them on TikTok then. Okay, cool. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I dig it. The only thing is that's still more time. Okay, I mean, I'm already going to be on my phone. I guess it makes sense. Why? Okay, let me know, Aaron. Why should I put it on TikTok? Like, is that going to is TikTok that big of a platform for me to do that? You gotta ask yourself if you saw the new Black Panther. I did see it actually. I forgot that I saw it. I did. I forgot that I saw it. I couldn't agree more with having NXT be on the Saturday. They're tiring people out with the next pay-per-view, NXT pay-per-view, and expecting people to watch what will be subpar Mania. Yeah, I agree. So they're time. So we got to watch NXT the afternoon, and then 2 Manias, the night, the 2 nights, and then, Raw for 3 hours. I mean, really? Received an email today that a city council meeting on March 27th that will receive a certificate from the mayor for being part of the American Rescue Plan ACT committee. Good job. Nice. Only 12 this year. Apparently, a lot of talent are upset. I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I mean, like, it shouldn't be a lot of people, a lot of matches. It shouldn't be. Yeah, that's a good point, Luke. They assumed The Rock was going to be there. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. But they have created someone bigger than the business and Reigns. I'm not sure if he's bigger than the business. He feels as if he's transcending. Like, he feels like he's head and shoulders above the rest, but he doesn't have like movie star feel to him yet. So he should. I think that Reigns should, but he's still a WWE guy. That's the thing. He's still a WWE guy. All right, PNP. Another successful episode. And of course, tons of fun every single week. But you know what time it is. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. Oh, it's time to go. Thank you, Ricky, for the happy 570, and good night to you and the PNP Nation. PNP, I'll see you later.